Good afternoon. Welcome back to Passionate World Talk Radio Network, a wholly owned subsidiary of Global Media Network, LLC. Educate, enlighten, entertain, and mindfulness. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about the 5 biggest scams that are as old as time, but have been refurbished and done up more with the use of artificial intelligence. It's put out by the AARP. Should you look for the article? And the title is 5 of the Biggest Scams to Watch For in 2025. The person who wrote it is Ken Budd of the AARP. And Mr. Budd states that old scams don't disappear or go away. They just get a little more sophisticated. And this article basically tells you what to look out for, but more importantly, how to protect yourself. So a lady received this in her Gmail saying, "Hi, Dr. Richard. I was playing with my puppy today and noticed a lump under his nipple. The stranger requested an exam and included a photo of her puppy's belly. However, this person is the director of the AARP's fraud network, and they receive lots of fake, wrong number texts, a tactic scammers use to engage you. But the sophistication of this particular one surprised her. And as a result, she wants to warn you about they're using emotional manipulation now. She said, "I would have said, 'Sorry, you have the wrong number. I hope your puppy is okay.'" And she's a dog lover. So that makes her a target. Not only is she a dog lover, but they're targeting older dog lovers. So as a result, it's a double whammy. So using this cute puppy picture is a sophisticated twist on a common scam tactic, because they were tried and true last year of 2024. But this year, using AI, Michael Brumer, Vice President of Data Breach Resolution and Consumer Protection at Experience, explained, a global credit verification and financial services firm, impersonation scams are good examples, whether criminals were posing as celebrities, trusted companies, or relatives and strangers with sick dogs. Quote, "Deep fakes, both audio and video, have gotten so good, and the language models have gotten so good, it's hard to tell which is real and which is fake." Losses from scams reported by Americans over age 60 are up 11% last year over the year before, according to the FBI's Elder Fraud Report, with fraud criminals stealing more than $3.4 billion from older Americans in 2023. And 2025 is not even ready to kick the bucket. It has the remainder of October, November, and December. Here are the 5 most common ones y'all ought to watch out for. Employment scams. Every source contacted for this article, from the Better Business Bureau to the Identity Theft Resource Center, reported a rise in employment scams, from phony ads on job sites to fake recruitment pitches in your inbox. In some cases, the goal is simply to gain your personal information. You're told you got a job, so you fill out the paperwork that includes your social security number and your bank account info for direct deposit. Notes, Melanie McGovern, Director of Public Relations and Social Media for the International Association of Better Business Bureau. More elaborate scams can involve bogus payments. Some scams, for example, ask would-be employees to pay for training or useless certifications. Others pay new staffers a bonus with a check that will eventually bounce, then ask for money back due to overpayment. The Federal Trade Commission reports scammers might also request money to cover shipment costs for job-related equipment. So how do you protect yourself? Remember that just because ads appear on reputable platforms such as LinkedIn and Indeed, it doesn't mean they're genuine. These platforms do their best to police what's out there, but they can't catch everything, says Eva Velasquez, president and CEO of ITRC. And the bad actors often use the name of a real hiring manager and make it look like they're involved in that particular company. If you're contacted by a recruiter, visit that company's website and see if they're hiring for that particular position, if the person actually works there, and if it's a legitimate company. Also, watch for jobs that promise you can work at home while making big money. During the application process, companies only need basic information, not your social security number or financial information. And if you promise a job but required to pay money, it's a scam. And that was true when I was looking for work. 2, cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is hot, with the price of one Bitcoin reaching 100,000 for the first time last year, December 2024. And that may be good for the investors, but the hype could lure people into cryptocurrency scams with huge losses. In 2023, the FBI Internet Crime Complaint Center received nearly 9,000 cryptocurrency complaints from people ages 50 to 59. Their total losses, more than $900 million. People age 60 and older registered nearly 17,000 complaints and reported losses of $1.6 billion. And the numbers are probably far higher because these scams are notoriously underreported. Scammers use dating apps, messaging apps, social media, and other communications to build relationships and trust with their targets, then share their expertise on investments, frequently promising large returns and little risk. In 2023, this confidence enabled crypto and currency investment fraud was the most prominent type of crypto scam, the FBI reported. Criminals often show victims fake profit reports, which encourage them to invest more. But when investors try to withdraw funds, they're charged outrageous fees. The bogus companies then vanish before you even receive your money. How to stay safe. If you're interested in crypto, but you don't have any expertise, talk with a financial advisor and watch out for imposter sites that mimic actual companies. And in one, California, that victim transferred over $127,000 to 2 crypto exchanges, one of which was CelestiaBet, CELESTIA.bet. However, the true network is CELESTIA.org, O-R-G. To confirm that a company is legit, make sure it's registered with the Commodities Futures Trading Commission and the National Futures Association. Also, avoid companies with no physical address or customer service line, the CFTC suggests. Also, beware of requests to pay for something or address an urgent financial matter with crypto. They may ask you to use a crypto ATM. Crypto is the payment method in a lot of different scams. Though AskQuest says because it's hard to trace and payments usually can't be reversed. Want to hear what the other three are? Tune in and go over to the AAARP and find the article. 5 of the most important scams, 5 of the biggest scams to watch for in 2025 by Ken Budd, and get the entire list and learn how you too can protect yourself from these troubling scams before they happen to you. And they'll probably happen very, very soon. Thank you very much for listening to Passionate World Talk Radio Network. You've just listened to Scam DamNation and 5 of the biggest scams to watch for in 2025. There's still 2.5 months left. Plenty of time to scam you out of your Christmas money. This program is sponsored by Conscious Research Solutions. Check us out, passionateworldtalkradio.com/research, my simple blog, and it advises you how to handle the pain points of doing research or hiring somebody to do research for you. It gives you all the pain points and suggestions of how to avoid them. And while you're there, why don't you get your questions answered by a professional? Contact us and arrange for a free 10 to 15 minute consultation. Because in the world of AI, your research truly matters. And also by flipping out how to train your human, a satire, how to 1, 2, 3, ABCD guide to learning how to use artificial intelligence smartly and adapt it to your needs, whether they're personal, educational, spiritual, or just for the hell of it. PassionateWorldTalkRadio.com/epic Envision XR. We sell it as a total book or individual PDF chapters. Go over to the page, decide how you want it. And while you're there, if you've always been curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back of how to input satire either into fiction and nonfiction, or writing a play, or even that screenplay, sign up for a course, 1-on-1 or in a group of 10. Sign up. Go to pwrnetworkllc@gmail.com. But there are sign-up forms on the website. And to pay, go over to passionateworldtalkradio.com/epic truths. You can pay either by PayPal or Stripe, and you can use a QR code, or you can use this email, pwrnetworkllc@gmail.com, at both Stripe and PayPal. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon, and you have an awesome remainder of the week.